Okay, what's good, everyone? We're back with the round 18 review. What a week it was. 2,365. So top 4% score. So not too bad, not too bad. You know, we had a bad last 2 weeks, so we're coming back a bit now. 7,043 ranked for the round, and yeah, we went up a bit into the top 500 again now. Look, so we did use one trade. We went Max Gorn into Tristan Cherry. I think, just looking at it, again, yeah, we've only got the 2 trades. I'm not really sure if we'll be able to make a top 100 push still. It's a bit far, but I mean, look, we'll see at the end of the day. I think we'll probably hold rank just about for the rest of the season, maybe drop a little bit. I think we'll probably finish top 1,000. That's what I would think. I mean, there's only 6 rounds left to finish top 1,000. How many points would you have to be on? I guess, can I check that? I think I can check that somewhere. In ranking, yeah, ranking here. So total score, well, top 5% is about 500 points behind, which is a decent amount. But anyway, yeah, getting into the team. So yeah, Sheasel, bit of a down game. Again, they did play Sydney, so it was a tough one. But yeah, it is what it is. I mean, yeah, still top 2 defender, so you definitely take it. But I mean, Carlton are a bit of a tough team to score against as well. I mean, he's been scoring amazing though. You know, hadn't dropped below a ton since round 9. So yeah, that's fine. Dacos 89. Yeah, he's been out of a bit of form. You know, he has been. 89-92. Like, yeah, coming up against Hawthorn now. I don't think they're going to run a Finn McGuinness tag. They didn't earlier in the season, I don't believe. So, yeah, I don't think they would. But, yeah, I mean, hopefully he plays a bit better. Obviously, as a Hawthorn supporter, I do want us to win that game. I think we are making a finals push, but I don't know if we'll get there. But anyway, Luke Ryan, 98. Again, 120 average still, so he's been going well for the season. Yeah, 2 kind of subpar games, especially against Richmond. You would have thought that would have been better. Melbourne's not too bad a matchup though either. And then West Coast. So, yeah, but yeah, not too bad matchups coming up, but hey, we'll see how he goes. Hayden Young actually played pretty well, you know, in the midfield in this game. His kicking was outstanding, to be completely honest with you. I think he just didn't really get enough of it. Yeah, 20. So, I mean, obviously, like, the 110 score, like, you take that most definitely. And, like, yeah, 20 touches and 8 tackles, you know, that's not too bad. But, yeah, I'd probably prefer him if he got up around, like, the 25 touch mark. I think that would definitely do a lot for his scoring. And I don't think he really did hit the scoreboard himself, even though he's set up, like, probably 5 or 6 goals for Fremantle. He actually did really well in setting up goals in this game. That's what got him the points. Houston 114. To be honest, I feel like this could have been a bit bigger, probably like around a 130. But he had a couple bad clangers in the 4th quarter when it was kind of close, which did end up damaging his score a little bit. But look, at least after 2 bad weeks, he's come back here quite well. So, happy with that. And then Elliot Yeo, I thought this could have been a bit bigger as well. I think he was on like 65 at halftime, so he's on track for about a 130. But hey, again, 108 is in the West. I think the only bad part about this is just another failed trade. You know, we did 2 weeks ago, Nick Martin to Elliot Yeo. Nick Martin just put up a 140. But it's like, who could see that coming? You know, who could see that he'd kick 4 goals in the game? Like, he's been so inaccurate all year. His kicking's been so poor all year, and he has like a best on ground display nearly. I don't know. I didn't see that Essendon game, but did Essendon lost? I think. But yeah. Anyway, yeah. Sad that he got a 140, and I to be honest, I just shouldn't have made that trade. Even though I did think Elliot Yeo was going to outscore him for the rest of the season, and he still might. But it was probably just a trade I could have kept in the bank, so I would have had 3 left. I just probably didn't need to make it. But yeah. Anyway, it is what it is. Bontempelli 108. So yeah, I mean, teams is really starting to come after him. Chincotta did go to him for a bit, especially with Treloar being out. That probably did hurt a few people that had him and everything. But yeah, not really a captaincy score. Again, Carlton is a difficult matchup, although Wilson Bulldogs did win that game. So yeah, you know, I guess that's just how it goes. So yeah, that is that. And then Butters 120. Yeah, played well as well against Gold Coast. Good to see him there. Same as Rosie in that game. I think, yeah, they're both definitely in some really fine form at the moment, so happy with both of them. Davies Uniacke 133. To do this in a tough matchup against Sydney is quite good, you know. yeah, he was just at his explosive best, really. Just bursting through stoppages and everything. So that was really good to see. 24 touches as well. 24 touches for a 133. That's actually pretty amazing. So in like a big 80-point loss, that's actually pretty incredible. So that's great to see from him. Goulden 142. So there wasn't a heap of really good captaincy options this week, but Goulden was one of them. And again, one that I was thinking of doing a lot last week with the easy matchup against North Melbourne, and obviously no Isaac Heaney, so went that way, and it ended up rewarding me. So we just looped Zach Reid for that, which was good. Zach Merritt, so obviously not that good. Again, I didn't really see this game, so I'm not too sure what happened, if he got tagged or anything. I would assume he did by like a Neil Bullen, but I didn't see it, so I don't know. So that's just that. Walsh 95. So he looked like he was in the game a bit, but again, I don't know what it was. Was it just his kicking or something? I'm not too sure. He had 27 touches, so maybe he probably wasn't the most effective by foot, I would imagine, which has been the story of this season, to be completely honest with you. Rosie, again, like I said, for Butters was good. Sarong 99. Again, he's playing well. He is. I'm really not sure why he's not scoring like he was at the start of the season. 22 touches, so I guess he is down a bit on that. He did kick a goal. 85, 84, 99. It's actually a pretty atrocious 3-round average, to be completely honest with you. For a guy that was averaging 130, 130, 135 earlier in the year. 3-round average of 89. Yeah. Definitely a guy you could look to trade out, most definitely. But people are still trading him in for some reason. If I had more trades, I probably would trade him out. If I had 5 trades, I would trade him out. But again, I just don't, obviously. So I'm going to keep him. But hasn't turned up in 3 weeks. So that's that. And then Heaney obviously didn't play. So we'll get him back this week. Cherry 111 and Grundy 121 in the same game. So they both played well, both matched up on each other well. So I was it's always a bit nervous when you've got that, 2 rucks going up against each other in the same game. To see how they'll both play. It's you don't know who to root for. But luckily anyway, they both did well. So happy with that. And Cherry, if you look at it, if you're still looking for a ruck, if you want to trade out Max Gawn this week or you need another ruck, I would definitely recommend Cherry. That Sydney matchup was listed as quite difficult, and now if you look at it, 4.3, the average plus he's got for his remaining games, which is actually, I think, one of the highest. Behind Richmond and behind Carlton, it's actually now the second highest. And West Coast, actually, so 4th highest. But, he's actually got a pretty good run, if you did want to go him. So, that's that. And then Byzantine didn't play. Flanders 106, so, just consistent game from him. Played pretty well. Zorka 93. He looked like he was decent. He's not really putting up the scores that he was about 5 weeks ago. And he's got a tough matchup in Sydney this week, so I guess we'll see. The 141, 161 there, 160 there. But again, it's a forward line. There's not a heap of options. You could go a Caldwell or something, but I mean, it is what it is. Not many people have that many trades to do now. But I mean, some people already have Caldwell and everything. But Moore 71. So again, typical small forward, half forward. You have games like this, at the end of the day, so you got to be prepared to take the ups with the downs. Hopefully he can go big on Collingwood this week. And Adelaide, I mean, he did go massive on Adelaide earlier in the year. I think he kicked 5 in that game. But anyway, we'll see how he goes. Kano, so pretty decent game from him. 3 goals, 7, what could have been at the end of the day. Luckily, I turned this game off at halftime. I think he had, 1 goal, 2 at the first half when that ended, and then 2 goals, 5 in the second half. I would have been writhing around on the ground, if I had to see this. So luckily I turned it off and didn't watch it the second half. I think I just went and did something else. Because 89, this could have been a 200 if he kicked straight. If he kicked 10, it could have been a 200. At least could have been a 150 if he kicked maybe 6 or 7. Anyway, it is what it is. Kick 6 or 7 and got Carlton over the line. It's probably, would have been a 150, 180, something like that. Dowling played well, 1-on-1, definitely. He really clutched up here, given that we needed his score on field. So that was really good to see from him, especially in a round where guys like Bruce Revel was sub, Will Graham was sub. If anyone had them, using them as cover, that would have hit. I think Alex Sexton got dropped. That would have hit quite a few people. who were relying on them. So luckily we didn't go too bad. Richards wasn't as bad as last week. He started off pretty well. I think he was on 45 at half time. So I mean, he really just faded out of the game quite a lot. He kicked a really nice goal in the first quarter. But besides that, didn't do too much. And then he kicked a goal in the second quarter as well. I do remember that. So he really didn't do too much in the second half. He might have had like 1 or 2 touches. But anyway, Fisher, hopefully we do get him back. So he had 27 touches in the VFL. And yet the reason they didn't bring him back was just because he wasn't in the best 22. He was fully fit and everything, I believe. But yeah, I mean, again, they were coming off a win last week, so it sort of makes sense. And Colby McKercher was playing his role. But again, he played pretty well in the VFL and they just lost by 80-something points. So yeah, you would think he comes back into the team now. You can't just lose by 87 there and not make a heap of changes, as you would imagine. So yeah, that should be good there. And not 87, 41 plus 38, which is 79. So yeah, anyway, that's that. And yeah, that's pretty much the team. Livingston didn't play, Lazaro, Brown didn't play, Dawson, hopefully he comes back. But yeah, anyway, we'll see. So that's pretty much the team. Again, no real trades. I've only got 2 remaining. As we can see, injuries come and they come hard. They really do. Luckily, we didn't have any this week. I don't really think there was too much carnage or anything this week. So, yeah, I think probably most people went through unscathed. But, again, all you need is a couple more and it really hurts you. So, this is just how we're looking. I think, yeah, like I said, we're not going to trade this week or anything. Looking at the fixture, I mean, if you did want to trade, if you do have any players in your team that you were looking at getting in, I think Neil and Dunkley are definitely 2. I'd probably say Neil over Dunkley, but geez, they're both expensive. Oh my gosh, I didn't realise they were that expensive. Zane True as well. What did he do? Scored 94 and 22 at 138k. Oh, that's very interesting. He did look like he played well from watching that game. Let's see, who are people trading in the 1%? Mateus Philippou, yeah, okay, yeah, makes sense. Lawson Humphreys, yeah. Okay, that makes some sense. But yeah, who else? Cripps would have been an amazing pick if anyone did get him 5 weeks ago. Or, I mean, to be honest, just for the season, 110 average. He's been doing very well. So that's that. English didn't go too well. I mean, yeah, I think if you're looking at anyone, it's probably Neil and Dunkley for midfielders that I would say. Probably defender-wise. Jordan Clark is playing well, yeah. Same as Whitfield. No, don't get me started on Nick Martin. Jack Sinclair did have a down week this week, but he had been going very well as well. And then forward line, I mean, out of anyone that I don't have, probably Caldwell. Jackson did go well, but again, I'm not sure. I think Darcy only had a concussion, so he may be back this week. I'm not sure on that. But yeah, if he is, you probably wouldn't look at him. And then that's probably about it. I think Ruckman-wise, again, Gorn's out. I think, yeah, Nankervis is a good way to go. They did play DeConning, Carlton. They obviously played DeConning. They did play Pitnet with him. So, because of that, he's now had 95, and then, I mean, yeah, these are all good games. But yeah, the 95 is a bit down on that, certainly. So, yeah, I think because of that, yeah, playing with Pitnet as well, it's a little bit risky. Even though he could go well in this game against North Melbourne, if he's playing forward, maybe he could kick 3, 4, 5 goals. Who knows? But, I mean, he didn't kick any goals on the weekend. He doesn't kick a heap of goals, so maybe that's not even the case. He kicked 0 goals, 0 against North Melbourne. I'm not sure if he was playing full-time ruck that day. He probably was, because he had 31 hitouts. But yeah, anyway, that's just that. Again, not a heap to do at this stage of the season. Last thing is probably captaincy. So Sheasel against Carlton. Again, difficult matchup. Probably wouldn't look to go him there. Dacos against Hawthorn. Hawthorn really nullified the other team's best players very well, so wouldn't go him. Ryan against Melbourne. Probably not, because he hasn't been in the best of form. And then Young against Melbourne. Probably not. Probably doesn't get enough of the ball to warrant a captaincy. Houston against Richmond is actually a good matchup. What did he do against them earlier in the year? Let me see. Put about 108. Probably not. Just a bit inconsistent. Yo against St Kilda actually could be a good matchup as well. That one's at Marvel though, so I might just avoid that. But hopefully he scores well. Bontempelli against Geelong. Look, do they tag him? Do they send in Mark O'Connor or something? I'm not sure. They haven't really been tagging at all. I mean, they've been giving Tom Atkins a few jobs, but I'm not sure he'd go to Bontempelli. But yeah, I think that's certainly a matchup you could definitely go with. Butters against Richmond. Again, this was a game where you put up like a 180 or 170 against them earlier in the year. A 175. So I think Butters is certainly a good option for a captaincy this week if you wanted to. Davies Uniacke against Carlton probably will cop a chin cotter tag. So, yeah, Goulden against Brisbane is probably a tough matchup. Brisbane are actually in really good form, so wouldn't go him. Merritt against Adelaide is also a good matchup. I do like that one. We could definitely go there. Yeah, we could. We could go Merritt. Walsh against North, that's also a good matchup. But last game of the round, it's always risky leaving your captain to the last game of the round. Rosie against Richmond. Yeah, I mean, I'd probably go Butters in that game, though, if I was going anyone. Sarong against Melbourne. I think that's not too bad a matchup either, but they only played like 6 weeks ago, I reckon. Yeah, that was when Fremantle demolished Melbourne. So yeah, wow, they're playing like twice in like 7 weeks or something. But anyway, Cherry against Carlton. Again, if they're going the 2-pronged ruck setup, probably pretty difficult. Grundy against Brisbane is probably a difficult matchup. I don't think Oscar McInerney leaks a heap of points, to be honest with you, if we load up DFS. Yeah, negative 12 points. Probably not. Flanders against GWS is somewhat decent, but probably not. Zorko against Sydney, probably not, because Sydney are just good. Moore against Collingwood, I probably wouldn't go him as a captain. Kano against North Melbourne is a good matchup. And Charlie Kano, he only had Buku Karmas on him, which was interesting. You know, that was interesting because, like, yeah, I mean, Buku Karmas is obviously, he's not really a key defender. He's more like a third tall, you know, and he's more of an interceptor rather than like a lockdown key defender or anything like that. So, yeah, it was an interesting matchup. I mean, they just didn't really have the key defenders. Like, I think O'Donnell was injured. Who else? Liam Jones wasn't playing. So, yeah, I mean, they had to kind of make a makeshift defense. And, yeah, again, Kano, I mean, he had 10 scoring shots on goal. Like, that's a lot, you know? Like, again, this really should have been at least a 130, 140 game if he kicks straight. Probably more like 150, 160, 170, you know? So, yeah, what could have been at the end of the day? But, yeah, anyway, Dowling. I'm not going to captain Dowling, you wouldn't think. Richards, probably not against Hawthorn. Hawthorn's defense is good. Fisher, if he comes back in against Carlton, he's probably not going to get all the kickouts now that McKetch is back, so he probably wouldn't. If we just put everyone on field as well. Heaney, would we look to captain him against Brisbane? Probably not, because again, they're in good form. Zach Reed's going to be injured, so wouldn't captain him. Will Dawson, probably going to be playing VFL, so I won't captain him. And then, yeah, Dowling against Essendon, he did ton up on the weekend. But you just think there's a few other guys in the Adelaide midfield that would take points away from him. So wouldn't look there. Lazaro will probably be playing VFL. Brown will probably be playing VFL. Vicentini will probably be playing Sandful. Even though he has been playing pretty decently if you look at some of the match reports from them. And Livingston will probably be playing Waffle if he's not injured. I didn't see him on the match report this week, but I also didn't look too hard, so I'm not sure. So I think that's pretty much how we're going to line up this week. I think we'll go. I didn't say my captaincy, but I think we'll go Butters into. I'm not even sure, to be honest with you. We might go Merritt into Butters. But Merritt's risky. He is. I don't know if they'll tag, though. And it's at Marvel. And Adelaide are coming off a win, so they'll probably be all thinking they're really good and everything, and then Essendon would just come in and win pretty well, because Essendon did lose last week, so they're going to want to come out firing, you would imagine. So we might do something like this, and then loop whoever, doesn't really matter, loop Vicentini or something, if we need to. But I'm not sure. This is subject to change still. So yeah, we will see. But yeah, I think that's pretty much what I'm thinking right now. Again, the videos are probably going to be shorter at this time of year, given that there's not as much to talk about. But yeah, no, that's just pretty much all I've got in this one. So yeah, thank you guys all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.